Welcome to another episode of Scribe Scribbles. Today we are going to focus on the work from home aspect and how we can think outside the box using our current skill sets to earn a livable income. So stick around and we'll talk about that. Alrighty. If you've been following us around on the social medias and Facebook groups and stuff that we participate in, you may have seen our money experiment. We have questions that were asked daily, and they started small, something that we're all used to, such as if you had to come up with $10 by tomorrow, what could you do to earn $10? And the experiment went on from there, asking you $100 by tomorrow, or 1,000 up to $1 million. And the reason we did this experiment was to get you to start thinking more broad term, more big number, because we can all come up with $10 in a day. It's really not that hard. There's always something you can do. $100 is not that hard. It might not be something we want to do, but it's something that we tend to think about on a regular basis. We get answers for these smaller numbers, such as, I could pawn a gaming console, or I could write a blog post, I could sell an article, or 3 or 4 of them if I needed to make $1,000. But when you start asking to make $100,000, $1 million, these are numbers that people don't often think about. That's not emergency money. Something might come up and you need $100 by tomorrow, but very rarely is something going to come up where you need $1 million by tomorrow. But the point of the experiment was to get you to start thinking in those terms, because if we constantly think about $10, $100, $1,000, and there's answers for those, then there's bound to be answers for the 10,000 or the 100,000 or the 1 million. So we think in larger numbers and we come up with solutions. And of course, in the course of the experiment, there's the funny answers or the outlandish answers. I'd kidnap a movie star or sell body parts on the black market. But when you get past those type of answers and you really buckle down and think about it, everybody has a skill set. Everybody has something that they do better than anybody else, or at least as good as everybody else. And it doesn't really matter what that skill set is, as long as you can recognize it in a monetary fashion, you can make money from that skill set. And since you're here, I'm going to assume that most of you are writers or aspiring writers. So we have this writing ability, we have this skill set, we have these uncanny ability to put words together and make people react. Whether that be we're writing a novel and they get to love the main character, or you are a freelance writer and your words convert visitors into customers. People will pay you to do this. Now, if you write a blog post for $100, to get $1 million, that's quite a few blog posts you're going to have to write. But that's not the skill set thinking that we need to do. We need to think, how can we turn this skill into a viable income? You want to be able to have a product or a service that you offer that constantly brings in money. So what can we do? Well, in the in the blog post, we followed this make-believe woodworker who was able to build bedroom sets and sell them for a nice little profit. And the point of this woodworker here wasn't to dissuade anything or to say, hey, I don't have this skill. I can't make a headboard and end tables and a bed frame out of wood continuously. Maybe you have this skill. I know I don't, but there are people out there that do, or we wouldn't have these things. But that's not really a viable $1 million income. But the point of me bringing it up in the blog post was to show you how to start thinking in these numbers. You don't want to think, oh, well, I have to build something every week. I have to build a headboard every week, and I have to build this bedroom set every week and sell it. It was the numbers game. When you start thinking about $100,000, $1 million, you have to be able to break it down, because these are daunting numbers for a lot of people. And if you can sell a product or a service that earns you $500, you're still a long way from $1 million. But this $500 package or product and service that you have, you now only have to sell 2,000 of them. All right? When you sell 2,000 of these things, you're going to make $1 million. Now, 2,000 is a doable number when you think about it. There might not be 1 million people out there that want what you have, your product, your service. So you can't sell it for $1. But if you can sell it for $500 or even $300, the number of people that you have to convince and sell drops dramatically. So when you start thinking of it in these numbers, I have to use my skills to create this package to sell to 2,000 people, 2,500 people. That becomes more obtainable. So in your mind, you're not thinking of $1 million anymore. You're thinking of sell 2,000 products, sell 3,000 products, which is a lot more doable. So now I want you to think about what your skill set is, whether it's writing or woodworking, or maybe you're a master crocheter, I don't know. But whatever it is, we want to be able to work smarter, not work harder. So you want to be able to come up with a type of service that you can offer, that you can bundle together to increase the value. So as a writer, I want to be able to teach you how to write. But I don't want to just teach you how to write. I want to show you the right way to do it. I want to show you the better methods to do it. I want to take you on a little journey that helps you get outside your comfort zone and learn to write better. So I'm going to have a little course, or I'm going to have an ebook, and I'm going to have a podcast, and I'm going to have all these little things that I put together into a little bundle where each one brings a little bit of value to this craft. And whatever your skill set is, think of it the same way. What can you put together to bring these on? What can you do to create more than just one aspect of this product or service? Can you create an ebook? Can you create an Audible course or a video course, or perhaps a step-by-step PDF? Maybe you have a blog post where you can sell this from. And you can tie all these things together. And when you do that, you create this package. It now has a larger value than the individual pieces as a whole, right? So now my $40 ebook and my $100, web course, and maybe the um, podcast is for specific members, so they have to pay for the membership to get access, or whatever it is. But you have all these individual pieces that are worth $50, $100, whatever the value of it is. But when you put them all together, now you have a product that has a higher value, $300, $400, $500. Now we take this, and this is what we sell. This is what we market. This is what we push, because now we have a $500 product. We only have to sell 2,000 of them to earn $1 million. 2,000 is easy. Instead of, I have a $50 product and I have to sell, 500,000 of them. No, let's create your product, your service from your skill set. Let's get that out into the open. Let's put everything together into a nice little bundle and begin to see the value of everything as a whole. We are our own worst critics, and one of the hardest things for people that are just starting out to understand or to get their head wrapped around is how valuable they really are. We tend to think that whatever it is we do isn't as valuable as it really is. And for an example, when I got into computer repair, I did a lot of work for free, especially, friends and family. Hey, my computer's busted, or I think I got a virus. I go over and look at it. And they, even my grandma would try to hand me a $20 bill, and I wouldn't accept it. Because to me, it was so easy. It was simple. I knew exactly what to do. I could look at the computer. I could figure out what the problem was. I could fix it. Done. It didn't bother me. No big deal. I'm out of here. Have a good day. But the value in my mind was very, very low because it was so simple. Because I could go in and do this and get in, get out, fix the problem, be done, and on my way to the next thing. I didn't see it as a money-making venture. It wasn't a highly valuable skill, even though it really is. Because if these people could do what you can do or what I could do with the computer, they wouldn't need you. And that's the thing. Your skill set, your little package, your creation that you're going to put together is going to help somebody out. And whoever it helps, those are the ones that you're marketing to. Those are the ones that are going to give you the money. And you have to stop seeing it like I did with the computer thing, where, it's so easy for me, I'm just going to do it and get it done. Instead, see yourself as top of the food chain. They're coming to you saying, hey, I need this help. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to fix a computer. I don't know how to build a nightstand. I don't know how to do whatever it is that you do. Teach me. Show me. Give me the information that I need so that I can do it and be more like you. And when you reach this point of understanding and you're starting to think outside the box with your skill set, and you're starting to think outside the box in terms of large amounts of money, everything kind of comes together now. You see? So we have a product, we have a value for this product, and we have people that want this product. And everything just kind of gels together. And as long as you don't undervalue yourself, your product will sell for what it's worth. And when you do that, you have a $300, $400, $500, maybe even $1,000 worth of product or bundles that you sell. The number of sales continues to fall. to get to those numbers that you now should be thinking of. So when the newsletter comes out tomorrow, and if you haven't signed up, extradraft.com, it's right on the home page. There is a pop-up that will come up if you're not a member of the site. Sign up for the newsletter. Tomorrow's newsletter will come out. We'll finish off this week, this theme of thinking into larger numbers and getting your skill set. And we're going to give you a homework assignment to work on over the weekend that will help you explore your skill set further. It'll give you a little task to do to find out what it is that you already know, what it is that you already can do that other people will pay for and pay handsomely for, and then be able to start building a package or a product or a service or a group of services off of these skill sets that you begin to identify. So check that out tomorrow. And if you're not into newsletters, that's cool. We have the blog post that also explains it a little bit. But mainly what you want to do is you want to just sit down, close your eyes, and think about everything that you know how to do. And it doesn't matter. Don't worry about, oh, well, I can paint a wall. Everybody can paint a wall. Not everybody can paint a wall. So think about, what skills do you have? What little things, what little nuggets of information and knowledge have you picked up over the years that you've honed on? Maybe you know how to cross stitch. Maybe you know how to dye tennis shoes to make them look cooler. Maybe you know how to, draw really well and you want to sell some artwork or teach other people how to draw. Whatever your little skill sets are, and we all have them, start writing them down. Start identifying them. Take them to the next level and learn how you can package these into a way that other people will see them as valuable and want them. Maybe I don't know how to paint a wall and I have to, so I'll buy your package to teach me how to paint a wall, and we'll go from there. But the homework assignment will be in the newsletter tomorrow. Work on your skill set, identify, and start thinking in larger numbers. No more nickel and dime stuff. Not for you. Not anymore. We're thinking big numbers. 5, 6, 7 zeros on the end. When you get into that frame of mind and you get into that mindset and you have identified your skills, things will start to come together. You'll start to identify, hey, I can do this. Hey, I can do that. I can put these things together and it's even more valuable now. Do that. Start writing them down. Come up with your ideas. Finish the homework assignment that comes out in the newsletter tomorrow. And by next week, you'll have more ideas rolling around in your head of how you can earn $1 million than you ever thought possible. And until then, we're going to have fun. We're going to write words.